2021 Hyundai Elantra Limited First Test, Reinventing Reputations. Budget luxury with a splash of sportiness. Historically, the Hyundai Elantra wasn't the most stylish or fun to drive offering in its segment. Need proof? Take a look at this story tracking the Elantra's progress as we reviewed each subsequent generation. By the 2011 model year, its design and driving capabilities began to stand out. Now, we've gotten our hands on the 7th generation 2021 Hyundai Elantra. We evaluated it on the street and on our test track to see if its capabilities measure up to its bold new styling. Segment stalwart. Our test Elantra arrived at the office equipped at the limited trim level wearing a price tag of $26,610. It wore sparkling Portofino gray paint and attractive 17-inch wheels. It looks sharp and certainly stands out from the average compact sedan thanks to its sharp lines and flamboyant catfish grille. This last point is probably the most contentious accent to be found on the Elantra, but we suppose it's better to be bold than be basic. A 2.0-liter i4 sends 147 HP and 132 lb-ft to the front wheels by way of a CVT. Around town, the powertrain is smooth and hardly noticeable when the music's playing. Under full throttle acceleration, the Elantra doesn't get too buzzy or coarse. Simulated shifts from the CVT are inoffensive. In fact, the transmission is so smooth, it takes a backseat to the car's otherwise admirable poise. At the test track, the 2021 Elantra managed a 060 mph time of 8.4 seconds. For comparison, a 2020 Toyota Corolla XSE eked out an 8.2-second run, and a Honda Civic Sport Touring managed a relatively blistering 7.1-second launch. What it lacks in briskness, the Hyundai Elantra makes up in braking. We noted that the stoppers have excellent bite and exhibit very little fade after numerous tests. Slowing from 60 to 0 miles per hour took 116 feet to the Toyota Corolla's 119 feet. The Civic Touring managed just 113 feet to do the same. The Elantra's steering can be a bit vague around center, but activating sport mode firms it up. Road test editor Chris Walton noted, steering is a bit lifeless, but it's easy to make mid-corner directions. After nearly 2 weeks behind the wheel, one becomes accustomed to the steering feel, and although it isn't as sharp as we'd like, the driver doesn't have to fight the Elantra to get it to go the correct direction. Walton commended the Elantra's tenacious grip on the skid pad. We recorded an average of 0.85 g of lateral grip. Not bad for an economy sedan riding on all-season tires, though that Civic hatch managed 0.90 g on its all-seasons. Our test editors didn't detect much of an advantage to using sport mode at wide-open throttle. At this trim level, the Elantra Limited selector button is mounted up and to the left of the shifter. However, to the left of the instrument cluster, there's an illuminated circular motif that serves no purpose. On the Elantra N-line, this is where the drive mode selector is situated. Budget luxury. In another time, getting assigned a Hyundai Elantra review would be a chore. Historically, the South Korean compact wasn't the most stylish or fun to drive offering in its segment. Much of that has changed now. The bodywork's sharp lines appear upscale, and the interior, at least in limited trim, is covered in a pseudo-leather that feels both comfortable and durable. Most surfaces the driver commonly touches, like the door inlays and armrests, are covered with the stuff.